Yo, what's good? I'm just gonna go on with this because I've been gone for a minute. So, saw Halloween Kills recently. Man, that is a that was a movie. That was definitely a Halloween movie. Now I'm a big fan of Halloween. That's my favorite. Michael Myers is my favorite slasher. I think I've sat through every Halloween movie. I've watched every Halloween movie except Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie one. I think I saw it. I didn't care for the Rob Zombie ones. Not I didn't. I didn't like Michael being so emotional. It's like watching Anakin Skywalker, except you know he's in Illinois as opposed to being in a galaxy far, far away. Which, when you think about it, being on the West Coast, the Midwest might as well be a galaxy far, far away. But that's beside the point. So, anyway, moving on with this. Yeah, Halloween. That's my shit. That is my shit. Halloween one of the greatest greatest horror movies in my opinion. I make it a point to watch that movie pretty much every Halloween. I love that movie. You watch it. I'm just telling you, if you haven't seen it in a while, just get you some, just the way they use, the way John Carpenter, not John Carpenter, John Carpenter, yeah, it's him. Anyhow, the way he uses just the music, the way the music hits at certain points of the scene just helps build the tension where it doesn't happen, when it does happen. I can see some people's, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. But you got to put some noise canceling headphones on, put a towel underneath the door so no light gets in there whatsoever, and just be there with your thoughts zoned in, listening. When that piano hit, when that piano start hitting, soothing. It's like, oh, I really appreciate it. Some good music here. But yeah. So anyhow, moving on. The last Halloween wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It felt very fast though. Like a lot happened. But I really don't remember like a huge amount. I know he killed a lot. He killed a fair amount of people. Very brutal. And the first one, like the way, like just to watch, like from the '70s, the first one, and then like how the kills are now in like movies. It's much more, it's much more gratuitous. Big vocabulary. Shout outs to having a degree, I guess. Right? That's the point. But yeah, they just show everything as far as a horror movie goes. Like, yeah, they spare no detail. It's like simple stuff. It's not like over the top. It's not like Saw. But just watching what Mike be doing, you're just like, damn, this is a messed up guy. This guy's terrible. This guy's a piece of shit. Michael's just a dick in this movie. This would be real. Completely. You know how Pennywise was a dick in It Chapter 2? Just in this movie, the man is just an asshole. I don't know why. But, well, he's evil. So, it makes sense. But you're just like, man, he's normally not. What's up with this guy? Crawled in this guy's boot. But tired of getting shot at, I guess. But yeah, moving on to this movie. This movie is something I only define. I feel like you just have to define it as a horror comedy because, like, a darker Shaun of the Dead. Because this was just dialogue wise, it was bad. It was something to get through. You just watch the movie you watch and you're like, man, nobody talks like that. Or maybe they do, but anybody who talks like that, it's just corny. It is just very corny. I mean, but what do you expect from Haddonfield, Illinois, I guess? You know? How high of expectation do we have for... Maybe there's some good shit in Haddonfield. I don't know. I've never been. Maybe you should go. Somebody should go and see what it's like. But screw that. Just go to Chicago and call it good. They just still down there. But yeah, like the movie's following these guys. And there's a couple scenes. There's a bar scene where this guy gets up. This is, I guess, a minor spoiler, but not really. Guy gets up during a talent show at a bar and starts just telling the story of Michael Myers, and I'm like, this just kills everybody's vibe. Like, what? That is not like they're like survivors of it, and like it tries to bring in kids because this is supposed to because the last Halloween is supposed to be a sequel to the original Halloween. It's completely throwing off Halloween 2 and whatever else. So sequel to the new Halloween that original OG Halloween. Yeah, it's a sequel to that one. But yeah, and then it's I guess the trilogy to the last one. I don't know why they're making them, but anyhow, yeah. So the last one was the new rebooted sequel. This one's the sequel to the sequel, the squeakquel, if you will, and It is a. It's not as fun as the last one. Last one was the least fun. Had some cheap elements. I don't know. I've seen too many horror movies. They had your jump scares in there. Good misdirection. Michael just coming out of nowhere, and grabbing motherfuckers. This was wild. It's wild. It is Michael being a dick to the town. He is just trolling these guys. It is amazing. I'm like, he don't say a lot, but god damn it, but he does a lot. And there's a scene where it's just some interesting stuff they have Michael do in the movie that you never would picture Michael doing, like, what kind of music is Michael interested in? Questions like that may get answered in that movie. You never know what Michael be into these days. Probably listen to, you think Michael be listening to Megan Thee Stallion, getting hype every time you kill somebody, body yaddy 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 yaddy. Yeah, don't remember me doing that. But anywho, more to that. But yeah, moving on. I give this movie about a 2.5. It's because it was funny, and it was mainly funny because of the people, the way the people reacted to things, and the way they just were talking to each other, the way they just said things. You're just like, Jesus. One of the guys who was just masturbating with his damn bat to the thought of just hitting a grand slam on Michael Myers' melon. You're just like, man, this man is going crazy. Watching the town go crazy, the mob mentality develop. It is fun. It's fun watching mob mentality. It's always interesting. In real life, too. You're just like, oh, wow, this is what y'all doing? This is what we on? You won't catch my black ass over there. So, in watching this movie, yeah, watch just the people and really pay attention to it. You should watch it. I think you should watch it. I wouldn't pay to watch it again, like I did already. But, yeah. You could. Theaters are fun. It has the experience, the sounds, and all those extra things. It's a night out. But you should give it a chance and just watch it for the people, because it is funny. And it's got some, if you're a sucker for a good jump scare, there might be one in there that gets you. There might be a couple in there that gets you. You never know. But the big payoff is really just seeing Michael Myers and all the wacky hijinks he gets into. I'm going to talk about some spoiler stuff, so I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Change that up. So, yeah. Michael going ultra instinct on these motherfuckers, man. Let me tell you, when the mob is going crazy and they're chanting like, they're chanting, evil dies tonight. Every time they said that in this movie, it just got cornier and cornier. And it's just like, I get it. People's rallying behind this cry. And, every, and I get it, the mob always has like a chant or something they rally behind, a roar cry or something. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies. And you're watching them chant this, and when they're chasing the other escaped mental patient, but it's not Mike. And they're realizing it's not him. And like as Jamie Lee and her granddaughter trying to be like, oh, it's not him, they just over here trampling over her. She's getting trampled by nurses. These guys got straight bloodlust for this man. And he don't even know what he did. He didn't even know what he did. He said, I'm in here for help. I'm just here for a checkup. I got high palpitations. Oh, yo, you got 400 motherfuckers running after you going crazy. This town was going dumb. Straight dumb at the thought of just like, yo, no more of this. We locked and loaded. Their heart was in the right place, but boy was the execution just and even when they got the chance, they finally set it up. They finally get old boy. I love this scene in the movie because the man, he's like, oh, this is my mask. He gets back and they don't really show his face, which is dope. I wouldn't have wanted to see his face, honestly. That's just one thing. You just got to keep that. I don't need to see your face. Like, show us your face. Nah, bro. Keep that on. Keep the aura about you. Leave some mystery. You know what I mean? Because he's just like a generic old white dude. You know what he is. And like we've seen these guys around. I don't want to see some guy that looks like somebody in a coffee shop. It's just like, it just takes away from the magic. But yeah, he gets up. He puts the mask on. I'm just like, and immediately when he does that, I just knew. It's like, he's about to wash these niggas. He's about to wash these people. But they kick his ass. They beat his ass. they do a number on him. And then the old girl comes through, stabs him in the upper back, which I'm just like, you couldn't get his neck, right here. Like, that's when you knew. That's immediately when I knew. Ah, shit. You done fucked up. And then what's her face has that whole diatribe as he's getting back up. And at this moment, it was the perfect moment for them to play some 2000s punk rock song or something. I don't know. Let the bodies hit the floor or something. Just play that, because my man got up and was out there. It was like Fist of Fury with Michael Myers as Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? Cut fu. Like, he was out there doing his thing. And it was the funniest shit. It's not a Wing Chun, it's kitchen, because he got the kitchen knife. So, and he's just going crazy with these people. Stabs them up. You're just like, nobody. And this was in every scene, and everybody with a gun never fires it at the right time. They don't even fire it from afar. They wait till they get right up on them. Like, at least fire a warning shot, get the body, and then come up, get the head. You know what I'm saying? Do something, I don't know. I'm not a shooter by any sense of the imagination, but I feel like you'd at least, you'd aim for something less fatal to set up the fatal shot. I don't know. You've already been beating them. But yeah, this old man with his hand shaking, boy, like, man, I'm not trying to be like ageist or whatever, an ableist or whatever, but also, I would not trust that man's aim over, maybe somebody fresher. Just saying. That's just me. Because my man was shaking. Like, you seen him holding the gun, and you was like, man, if you don't stabilize that shit and get the shot off and shut up. Nope. Washed. It was over. It was over for bruh. I was like, you fucked up. You had one job, you fucked it up. And he did. And everybody gets washed. And homegirl goes into his room for some reason. It calls to her. It called to me. They chose me. She gets her ass up there, stands up there, and I don't know, like, stands up there in this damn window and stares out of it. And here this motherfucker is. Hey, my man came in there like, nah, that's me, partner. I tapped on that. That's me. Stands up, does his thing. It's over for girl. But Laurie Strode wasn't in this as much. I did like Michael, what's his name? I can never remember his last name. He's from Mad TV. He's the dude in Austin Powers, the first one, when the steamroller's coming toward him and he's like, no! And he's doing that. It's this guy. But he does the exact same bit in this. When Michael's in his room, it's Michael Myers. And he's coming home and he's hella fucking shook. And then he's just walking, Mike's just walking toward him. And then the scene just zooms out, and you're like, that is the most... And you just hear him yell off in the distance, and you're just like, what the... Get this bullshit. But yeah, it is a movie to be watched, because it's funny. It's a horror comedy. You don't get many of those. And I think, if you're going expecting, like, straight-up horror, it's definitely not that. It's more like a Chucky movie than it is a Halloween movie, if that makes sense. But...